right, so whose best first serve would you use?
Sampras. For a man who's not the giant, okay, let's take a Pelko out there, Isner. I'd probably pick them as a serve for sure. But let's say a normal size, if you had to realistically build your player, you could say copy Sampras. Or, what a serve. I mean, 6'2" to be able to hit a serve like that, just time and time again.
What about return of serve?
Backhand return. Oh, boy, there's a lot of good ones. You'd start with Connors.
I was going to say Connors always comes to my mind.
Yeah, Agassi, Murray, absolutely. Andy Murray, Mats Wilander. Geez, hard to go past Wilander. Wilander's return was just ridiculously accurate and never missed.
I always think, and I've said this about Edberg too, and it's insane that I'm going to say this, that they kind of fly under the radar. People have kind of forgotten about Mats and Stefan, and I'm like, they were unbelievable players. Like, you got to know the history of this. They were great. So that's an awesome one.
Edberg and McEnroe would be my two best volleys that I've ever played against. To me, those backhand volleys go for a winner. But I thought I had a perfect return just to see go, how did you get it that well? That's bullet. And I had him at his toes.
All right, what about forehand? What about forehand?
McEnroe? Absolutely ridiculous. No, McEnroe's volleys were just crazy. And I put McEnroe the best smasher I've ever seen. Couldn't get the bloody lob over his head. And he used to literally a foot from the net, and you'd hit a perfect lob, and you get back and hit a smash. You think this guy's not athletic. He's not athletic. He's kind of podgy. He doesn't look like, how did he get back for that smash? Unbelievable speed and jump. And you look at John McEnroe and you go, oh, yeah, he's got all the talent. He's not an athlete. My ass, he's not an athlete. He is unbelievably fast and could never get a bloody lob over his head.
Well, what about pure forehand, like a baseline or forehand?
Jimmy Arias's forehand was right up there as the biggest forehand I've ever seen. It had brutally hard, brutally heavy spin, and used it, dominated. That was his biggest shot, and he was so successful with that. With quick legs and a forehand, and he did a lot of damage. He was a highly successful player for a long time.
Who was the mentally toughest player you ever saw?
That was the thing in my era. That was incredibly...
I mean, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I'm thinking about nobody really gave you an inch back then.
Nobody gave you a damn inch. Yeah, Jimbo was just ruthless. But Wilander wouldn't give you a damn inch. McEnroe would never give you an inch. And if you did get the inch, then he'd yell and scream at the umpire for 10 minutes to take you off your game.
How could the machine's wrong?
So the mental battle against John was always just ferocious, and he'd take his time, slow the play down, build the tension. It was like a Western movie or what a movie. You knew the gunfight was going to happen, and it was just taking forever to get there. You knew the explosion was going to come. You knew the McEnroe's. And it's just a matter of when is it going to come? If I win the next game, is it going to come? Yep, there it goes. Right. The tension was always there.